There's a certain type of person who can lose interest faster than a phone battery on 1%. 1 minute, they're obsessed with something. And the next, bored, gone, mentally logged out. If you're that kind of person, or you know someone who is, relax. It's not a personality flaw. It's actually rooted in psychology. And it says something interesting about how your brain works. People who get bored quickly are not lazy or inconsistent. Their brain simply craves more stimulation than the average person. It's like their mind is running at a higher speed limit, and normal tasks feel like driving in first gear. They need something that challenges them, surprises them, or gives them a sense of novelty. Think about it. When something becomes predictable, your brain stops releasing dopamine. And for fast, bored people, that dopamine switch drops way sooner than it does for others. That's why the excitement of a new hobby lasts 2 days. That's why a TV show is amazing in episode 1 and torture by episode 5. And that's why scrolling is your comfort zone. Your brain loves the endless variety. But there's another layer. People who get bored quickly usually have restless minds. They overthink, jump between ideas, and get stuck in mental waiting rooms. The moment something slows down, their brain goes, nope, next. Imagine watching a movie in slow motion while your mind is running in fast forward. You'd be bored too. There's also a strong link to creativity. Highly creative people need change to stay energized. They get bored when nothing new is happening because their mind is constantly searching for fresh patterns, new ideas, and better possibilities. In fact, that boredom is often what pushes them into new passions. So, the same trait that makes them lose interest fast is the same trait that helps them think differently. Let's be honest. Routine tasks are a nightmare for fast-bored people. Folding laundry? Soul-destroying. Waiting in lines? Emotional suffering. Listening to small talk? Pure mental torture. It's not attitude, it's wiring. Psychologically, people who get bored easily also tend to have a low threshold for understimulation. When something doesn't engage them, their brain literally drifts away as a protection mechanism. You know that moment when you're listening to someone talk and suddenly you realize you haven't absorbed anything for the last 5 minutes? That's not rudeness. That's your brain checking out to save energy. Another sign? They start daydreaming a lot. While someone else can do a task for an hour without blinking, fast-bored people mentally teleport into a whole imaginary world after 10 seconds. These people don't lose focus. They just move to a more interesting channel. But here's the twist. People who get bored quickly also get excited quickly. They experience enthusiasm in high bursts. They fall in love with ideas instantly. They jump into projects with passion. The problem isn't starting. The problem is staying long enough to finish. And psychology says something important about this. These people don't lack discipline. They lack emotional engagement. If something doesn't feel meaningful or challenging, their brain feels disconnected from it. They're not unmotivated, they're unstimulated. There's also a connection with sensitivity. People who get bored fast are often sensitive to their environment. If something feels too repetitive, too quiet, or too predictable, it drains them. They need movement, change, and mental variety to feel alive. But here's the good news. Boredom isn't a flaw. In fact, it can be a sign of higher intelligence, creativity, and curiosity. It's your mind demanding more from the world. The trick is learning to use it instead of fighting it. Break big tasks into small ones. Change your environment. Work in shorter, intense bursts. And choose things that genuinely excite your mind, not things you should do. So next time someone says, "Why do you get bored so quickly?" just smile. It's not boredom, it's your brain saying, "I need something bigger than this." And honestly, with a mind like that, You're built for more interesting things than boring routines anyway.
If you enjoyed this little brain adventure, hit subscribe before your memory forgets.